Which MCU projects will Kang conquer after Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania? Welcome back to Nerdist News. I'm Dan Casey, and today we're peering into the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to look at which timelines, universes, and projects Kang will conquer after Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, we know the multiversal villain will play a very important role in Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and presumably Avengers: Secret Wars as well, unless they pull like a last-second Doctor Doom switcheroo. Don't look that up in Urban Dictionary. But considering how often Thanos reared his ugly purple head, and how much groundwork needs to be laid between now and the Kang Dynasty, our Kang watch remains as strong as ever, especially after Quantumania. And while none of this is confirmed at the time being, if you prefer to do the opposite of Doctor Strange and not gaze into the infinite possible futures before you, leave now before the future gazes back. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? The latest trailer for Quantumania gave us a ton of clues about what's going to happen in the upcoming Ant-Man threequel, and specifically how it will happen. Namely, the fact that Kang the Conqueror, one of the terrifying variants teased by He Who Remains on Loki, will escape the quantum realm where he's been trapped for at least several decades. Maybe longer. But where could Kang pop up next? Let's start with the most obvious answer, and that is Loki Season 2. Season 1 of Loki ended with the revelation that Kang has taken over the Time Variance Authority again.
What?
You know, because He Who Remains was already Kang, but with a cooler, more mysterious name. Well, folks, Kang's back and in charge of the Time Variance Authority. But the real question is, which Kang commissioned that sick statue of himself in the lobby? Will it be the freshly escaped Kang from the quantum realm, or one of the literal infinite number of variants that could crop up elsewhere in the multiverse? What makes a more malevolent Kang-led TVA such a scary thought is the same thing that made the TVA so insidious in Loki Season 1. Kang will have the power and resources to prune entire timelines at his fingertips, whenever he wants, wherever he wants, anywhere in the multiverse. And pruning is, of course, an understatement, because pruning a timeline means the death of untold trillions of beings. As the teens say, Thanos could never. What's the threat of killing half of all life in a universe next to killing entire universes at the snap of a finger? I guess one way to rule the multiverse is to stop there from being a multiverse in the first place. Plus, the TVA's mission already seems pretty close to what we think Kang will have achieved by the time of Avengers: Secret Wars. Namely, the collapse of the multiverse via incursion events to make one battle world, or as we like to call it, Kangsylvania. It's a work in progress. Next up, we have the Marvels. While the Marvels might seem like an unlikely candidate for a Kang watch, we promise there's a reasonable explanation for this. The Captain Marvel sequel will bring both Kamala Khan's Ms. Marvel and Monica Rambeau's Spectrum into the fold for what's sure to be a spacefaring saga of cosmic proportions. Now, one of the key factors here is Ms. Marvel's bangle from the Nor dimension. This family heirloom possesses immense power, and it's capable of transporting the user through both space and time, as we saw in Ms. Marvel. It's seemingly the MCU's version of the Negabands from the comics. We last saw this bangle cause Kamala Khan and Carol Danvers to swap places across the universe. Whether this means that Carol was in the Nor dimension for some reason, or if she simply had the other bangle and they swapped places, kinda like Mar-Vell and Rick Jones in the comics, that remains to be seen. But being able to traverse vast distances like this in an instant, or travel into the past like Kamala did, that seems like a power Kang would want for himself. The design of the bangles also bears a visual similarity to those concentric circles in Chronopolis. And quick side note, the whole city of Chronopolis kinda looks like a giant clock, or a literal Kang watch. I said. Plus, we know from Ms. Marvel that the bangle that Kamala's grandmother found was originally inside a temple of the Ten Rings, and at the end of Shang-Chi, the Ten Rings were revealed to be functioning as a beacon giving off a signal to somewhere beyond the reaches of the known universe. Given the visual similarity between the bangles and the Ten Rings and the device we see Kang using in the quantum realm, it seems very likely that they are all connected, and Kang could come to collect his missing accessories once he breaks free of his prison for certified tiny boys. Moon Knight Season 2. While a second season is yet to be officially confirmed, it's been heavily hinted at by Oscar Isaac. After defeating Arthur Harrow once and for all, Mark Spector and Stephen Grant will have their hands full dealing with their other more murdery alter, Jake Lockley. He's the taxi driver who takes the term "gun it" to its logical extreme. But given that we saw glimpses of the past through Khonshu in Season 1, could Season 2 introduce us to an even more ancient evil that Moon Knight's patron god encountered before? That's right, folks, not just a Kang watch, but some drama tut. One of Kang's myriad alter egos is Rama Tut. It's a guise he adopted to rule over ancient Egypt after his time-traveling ship crash-landed there back in 2960 BC. After using an army of robots and futuristic weapons, he conquered all of Egypt and gave himself what he felt was an appropriately pharaonic name. And as we learned from West Coast Avengers number 21, Rama Tut also ran afoul of Khonshu as well. So it stands to reason this ancient enmity could revive itself in Season 2 as a means to bring Moon Knight even deeper into the mainstream of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially as the big bad of the multiverse saga gains prominence and power. Agatha, Coven of Chaos. As we intimated in our recent theory video, we wouldn't be surprised if Kang made his presence known in the house that Harkness built. Centering on WandaVision's WandaVillain, we don't have many details yet about what the eponymous Agatha will be up to in Coven of Chaos. We know for sure, though, things are about to get witchy as hell. With WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness proving the mystic arts are a viable method of multiversal travel, at least via the Darkhold, magic users are prime candidates to have run-ins with Kang as he traverses the multiverse with his science-based approach. And so what if the Darkhold was destroyed? We're talking about comics and magic. That thing is coming back. Especially if that theory about Agatha forming a coven to find Wanda amid the ruins of Mount Wundagore proves to be true. Because Wanda's status as a Nexus being in the comics and her ability to warp reality on a massive scale in the MCU means she could be crucial to Kang's plans, especially to create Battleworld. She could be the one taking Molecule Man's place in the Secret Wars comic book story. Regardless of how it plays out, let's just hope that no one tries to give Wanda a 3-week-old pocket hamburger because Jesus Christ, Miles, what is going on? Fantastic Four. Moving on, we come to one of the most heavily speculated about entries in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, rumors about Adam Driver playing Reed Richards notwithstanding, we don't think that Kang will play a major part in this movie. Rather, he could appear in a post-credit scene of some sort. Because in the comics, Kang's real name is Nathaniel Richards, and he's a far-flung future descendant of Reed Richards. Drawing an explicit connection between them here could be a terrific way to make Marvel's first family feel connected to the larger MCU that's unfolded over the past 15 years. Yeah, you feel old yet?
Buddy, I'm tired.
Young Avengers. Last but not least, we come to a project that is yet to be formally announced, but has been heavily hinted at over the last phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With the introduction of characters like Wiccan and Speed in WandaVision, Patriot and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, America Chavez and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Kamala Khan and Ms. Marvel, Cassie Lang in Quantumania, and Kate Bishop in Hawkeye, Marvel is very pointedly introducing younger characters who could comprise a Young Avengers lineup. And as comic readers know, the Young Avengers have a very deep connection to Kang, but not in the conquering form that we know. Rather, in a younger form that time traveled back from the 30th century in an attempt to reject his destiny as the multiverse-conquering villain. This younger version of Nathaniel Richards adopted the moniker of Iron Lad and fought alongside the Young Avengers, trying his damnedest to escape his destiny and do some good in this world. Seeing that conflict play out in a Disney Plus series could add this incredible layer to phases 5 and 6, especially given Cassie's sure to be horrifying experience with Kang in Quantumania. Anyway, folks, there you have it. Those are the projects we predict that Kang will conquer next after Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. And sure, he could definitely pop up in places like What If Season 2, or have a fun cameo in Deadpool 3, or maybe even appear in Vision Quest. But for now, these are the likeliest suspects. In the meantime, though, tell us, what do you think? What manner of time foolery will Kang get up to next? Where do you think we'll see Kang after Quantumania?
I've gone through a lot of scenarios.
Let us know in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, make sure you stay tuned to Nerdist.com.